Hello, Jayhawk Jukebox. I'm AJ Watson, and welcome back to Local Listens. Today we're going to be talking about Buffy Bot. Oh my goodness. This band, I am so excited to talk about this band. It's kind of a bittersweet moment though, I will say this, because Buffy Bot was formed in February 2025, according to their Instagram, and then they disbanded in August of 2025 due to dismembering parts. What that really means is that the 4 girls in this group went off to do super cool, amazing things, after they left Lawrence. And so there's that. Really hoping for a reunion performance soon, but who knows? Probably not. Anyway, let's continue on. Upon first listening to Buffy Bot's demos, which they did leave for us to listen to since they are no longer performing live, I was immediately hit with this pink punk rock, in a decrepit but also super cool garage kind of vibe. This is Lindsay Lohan and Freaky Friday and her garage and their band and the way they just look so awesome and cool. This is that is the aesthetic that we're going for, but just I can't even. I loved what this band was. But they would describe themselves as mediocre, sloppy girl rock. And honestly, that also fits, but if mediocre means mediocre but awesome, then yeah, 100% that's the description I would give this band. You really gotta listen to get the vibes, and I really, really hope you do. And I happen to include a little bit of a ranking of what I thought was my bottom to top songs, and so yeah. First we've got Little Rabbit Heart and Daddy's an Actor. I love both of these. They tie for the bottom. They've got the vibe that the band is going for. It's headbanging, it's flirty and girly, but edgy and cool and all this other stuff. And it's the middle. It is the middle of what Buffy Bot is doing here, and it's a very solid and strong middle, and I loved it. And then you've got their peak, which is Sippin' on Tradition. That is the height of the vibes that this band has. I want to throw my middle finger in the air. I'm in a dive bar. I'm just bobbing to the music. I'm screaming. I want to scream with them. The speakers are doing that weird feedback thing, if I'm being honest. That is what Sipping on Tradition felt like. And, it was just rock on, girl. Rock on. Oh my God, I'm just so speechless by this band, y'all. But on to the next song. This is my second to the top. The best part of Going Out. This was the closing song on the EP. It's also the last on Popular List. And I've got to say, it's a really good closing song because it still has those vibes of what the band was doing the entire time. But we're chilling out now. We're mellowing down. They've coined a term called crusting alone, if you will, where you've done all the work, you've gone out to the bars, you're now home in your favorite hoodie. You might take your makeup off, who knows, and you're just quote-unquote crusting alone. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to listening to that song the next time I partake myself. And then my number one song was Stone Girl Sex Appeal. Oh my goodness. If you look at this band, if you look at how cool they are, the vibes that they give off, if you saw them out and about, I don't know about you, but I'm over here just yes, okay. I'm just speechless, I'm suddenly flirty, but at the same time, I want to be cool and edgy too, so I have to hide it. And all of this is happening with this super awesome music. This is just the vibes and the aesthetics that Buffy Bot has, for a band that was only around for a little bit. It's so consistent. It's this aesthetic that has its own genre and definition to it. It's familiar in the same way. Very well put together. Or mediocre, if you want to keep on theme here. And you should definitely go check them out. I listed on Spotify, available to stream elsewhere. Go check out their Instagram. Bombard them and tell them to come back to Lawrence to give us a reunion tour, please. I would love to do that. And I hope I get to talk about them more in future segments. One last thing, shout out Paul. So, yeah, thanks.